You ever get a message that stops you cold, not because it hurts, but because it's the final confirmation of what you already knew deep down? That was me, sitting at the end of the bed, work emails still open on my laptop when her text popped up. No more intimacy, deal with it. No explanation, no warning, just that. Now, let me back up for a second. My name's Alex. I'm 33, a systems analyst in Denver, and I used to believe that when things go quiet in a relationship, it just means life got busy. You push through. You don't just walk away when things get hard. That's what I thought marriage was about. But my wife, Jenna, she had other ideas. We met in college. She was wild, magnetic, beautiful in that chaotic kind of way that made you feel like you were lucky just to orbit her. I was the calm to her storm, the anchor. Or at least, that's what I thought I was. Over the years, I built a steady life for us. Stable income, cozy two-story house, romantic getaways when we could swing them. I cooked dinner most nights, left notes in her car, brought flowers on random Wednesdays. And slowly, she stopped seeing it. She got colder, distant. Her affection turned into tolerance. Passion became routine. Touch became absent. I asked. Of course I did. Is everything okay? I'm just tired. Work's been rough. I need space. But then that message came. No more intimacy, deal with it. That wasn't tired. That was a choice. A boundary not discussed, just enforced. I sat there, reading it over and over. Not angry, not even sad, just clear. That was the moment I realized she wasn't asking for space. She was declaring an emotional divorce. And I'd been holding on to something that only I still valued. So, I did exactly what she said. I dealt with it. But not in the way she expected. I didn't fight, beg, or cry. I didn't guilt trip her or demand explanations. No, I withdrew, quietly, cleanly, methodically. I stopped checking in. I stopped planning date nights. I stopped trying to earn love from someone who had already stopped offering it. I started sleeping in the guest room, set up a gym in the garage, cooked for one. My heart didn't break. It recalibrated. Jenna didn't notice, at first. She assumed my silence was submission, that I had accepted the new normal like a good little husband. But there's something people like her never realize until it's too late. When a man who truly loved you stops trying, he's already gone. Jenna didn't ask why I moved to the guest room. She just shrugged, barely looking up from her phone, and said, "Do what you need to do." And so I did. The first week, I focused on the basics. My workouts became non-negotiable. I built muscle, clarity, and silence. I started eating clean again. I turned down nights out with mutual friends. Jenna didn't seem to care, and I didn't offer explanations. The fewer words spoken, the better. There was a shift, small but sharp. I was still in the house, but emotionally, I was miles away. And here's the part people don't talk about. Detachment doesn't always come with screaming or final goodbyes. Sometimes it creeps in, like frost on glass. You don't notice it at first, but one morning, you look around and realize everything's frozen over. By week 2, I rerouted my direct deposit. Half went into a new account under my name only. I stopped paying for her streaming services. I canceled her gym membership, quietly. That one got her attention. "Hey," she said one morning, "did my gym app stop working?" "Yeah," I replied without emotion. I cut some things that weren't being used. She blinked at me like I'd spoken a foreign language, then scoffed and went back to her iced coffee. Still didn't ask questions. She started noticing more. That I wasn't texting during the day, that I wasn't at home as much, that I didn't even comment when she went out 3 nights in a row without saying where. She was trying to get a reaction, but I had nothing left to give. There was one night, late Thursday. I came home from a run and found her sitting at the kitchen island in one of my old t-shirts. Her legs crossed, her eyes watching me. "You're quiet lately," she said. Her voice was softer than usual. Curious, cautious. "I've said everything I needed to," I replied, reaching for water. "Are you mad at me?" No, I wasn't lying. I wasn't mad. I was done. She stood there for a moment, maybe expecting more, maybe hoping I'd crack. But I didn't. That weekend, I went to an open house. Not because I was buying, yet, but because it felt good to imagine life somewhere she wasn't. I didn't need to yell. I didn't need to make some dramatic exit. My silence said it all. And slowly, she started to feel it. The shift, the cold, the absence of the man who once held her world together. Without asking for anything in return. She wanted control. She wanted power. She wanted space without consequence. But I was already gone, and she was still pretending everything was fine. The reckoning wasn't loud. It was quiet, calculated, and it was only just beginning. It happened on a Tuesday. I came home early from work. An unusual move for me, but intentional. Jenna was in the living room, watching TV, acting like nothing in our world had changed. I walked in calmly and placed a manila envelope on the coffee table in front of her. She glanced at it, brows drawn. "What's this?" "My notice. I'm moving out next month. The lease on a new place starts in 2 weeks." She blinked. Once. Twice. "You're leaving?" I didn't answer with words. Just looked at her, steadily, without emotion. Her expression shifted from confused to irritated. "Because I said I needed space? This is a bit dramatic, don't you think?" That was the moment. The exact moment I saw it hit her. Not just the fact that I was leaving, but that I had already left her. Long before I ever packed a box. She flipped open the envelope. Inside, a copy of my new lease. A full breakdown of my financial withdrawal. And yes, a separation agreement. I had quietly drafted with a lawyer. Fair, clean, respectful. I was done, but I was doing it with dignity. "You're giving up on us?" She whispered, her voice cracking for the first time in months. I shook my head. "I'm not giving up. You ended this. I just finally accepted it." Her eyes welled up. Real emotion, finally. But not regret. Not yet. Just fear. "Wait, Alex, can we just slow down? Maybe we went too far. Maybe we need therapy or time or—" "No," I said, gently but firmly. "You texted me. No more intimacy. Deal with it. You thought I'd stay and live under those terms forever, but I did deal with it. Just not in the way you expected." She was silent. I could see her replaying every cold shoulder, every rejection. Every night I reached for her and was met with silence. "You never said you were unhappy," she whispered. "I did," I replied. In every quiet way a man says it when he's still hoping to be heard. "You stopped listening." She looked down at the papers. Her hands were shaking. "I thought you'd never leave." I stood up, grabbed my keys. "That's the problem." And then I walked out. No yelling. No final blow-up. Just the door closing behind me and the echo of what she never expected. Consequences. A week later, her best friend texted me. Said Jenna had been asking about me. Regretful. Confused. Trying to talk. But I was already gone. By the time she realized what she had lost, it was far too late. And now? Now, I live in a quiet apartment overlooking the city skyline. I sleep well. I cook for one. I smile more. And for the first time in years, I feel peace. Sometimes, the most powerful thing a man can do is walk away without saying a word.